Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across my platform. If it is your first time and you like what you are watching, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications. In that way, you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here in Linda's TV show, we react to all forms of videos and we'll sit down there to watch it together with you. And I want to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform. I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote violence, we do not promote hate speech, we do not promote misleading information. We are here to inform and educate the members of the public about the happenings. And again,
I can bring peace to the southeast. These were the words of the incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, NNAMDI Kanu, shortly after his bail was denied on Tuesday. NNAMDI Kanu has been in and out of detention since October 2015 for what the government has described as anti-state activities. Since then, the southeast region has been a hotbed of violence, with various groups blaming the rise in conflict on Kanu's continued incarceration. This is what he had to say following his appearance in court on Tuesday.
Anybody committing crime cannot go scot-free. I swear it. They cannot go scot-free. Anybody involved in any type of crime in the East cannot go free. And they're doing it because I'm in DSS. That's what even I said, no idiot can try this rubbish. And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. Yes. They are making money with insecurity. Yes. They're making money with it. They know now the Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the East and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. So, nobody can.
Sir, are you a...
I'm the Kanu. No. Who is the idiot? Rubbish. No, don't.
Joining us in the studio is Barrister Aloy Ejimako, Kanu's lead counsel. Thank you for joining us on AIT.
It's my pleasure.
Report.
Thank you.
Now, quickly, is NNAMDI Kanu trying to work the system, the judicial system, by impressing his relevance on peace in the southeast?
Yes. First of all, we're happy that for the first time since he was renditioned in 2021 and detained, yesterday was the first time he had a full opportunity, ample opportunity to speak to the media. It's been us lawyers speaking for him. So it was the turning point. The next big thing that happened yesterday, that he spoke to the media and he made himself very clear. And I'm happy Nigerians listening to him and they've heard what he had to say about insecurity in the Southeast, which is key to what happened in court yesterday that made us very unhappy. Everybody else knows this except the presiding judge. This was one of the reasons why we had to bring a fresh application for his bail, in order to see how we can, through the process of court, assist in combating or containing that insecurity in Southeast.
Okay, NNAMDI Kanu has called for violence in the past on his Radio Biafra platform. So on both security persons and citizens alike. So why the turnaround saying that if he gets bail, he can assure that there will be peace in the city?
No, you are totally wrong. He never called for violence. He called for self-defense. Because
we can clearly see that you can in 2020 the NSAS protest. If you Google it now, you can get that information on where he called for an attack on the governor, Sanwo-Olu, and some other.
No, I recall an interview he did with the Ovation magazine publisher. What's his name again? Ovation magazine publisher. That was an interview he did with him. I remember his name before we finished. He did an interview because of what you just said, the misunderstanding, the misconception, the misrepresentation of what he had said during NSAS. So he clarified himself. He was calling for self-defense of the Southeast, and for people to employ self-defense to defend themselves against those that are living the insecurity in the country.
Okay, so let's just say, okay, if his intentions are genuine, how does he hope to achieve this peace?
Well, his personality, force of personality is sufficient. He's a man with millions of followers. His voice is very strong in this country. You cannot take that away from him. His sheer force of character, his charisma, and his capacity to rally people to do the right thing. Those things are key to combating this insecurity, and he can do it.
He clearly does have a lot of supporters, and some of his supporters are complicit in asking for violence, preaching violence. People like Sam Ekpa. What's your take on that?
NNAMDI KANU has been in detention since 2021, and they are trying to make him responsible for what is happening out there that he doesn't have anything to do with. He cannot be guilty by association.
Okay. Let's get back to the beginning.
And
As he's incarcerated now,
hold on. The people that you assuming to be his supporters, some are genuine, some are not. Some are credible, some are not. You cannot attribute anybody to NNAMDI KANU that stands to say he's a supporter.
Okay. There have been violence. There have been violence perpetrated in the southeast, and there have been links to his continued detention. They have been linked to his detention. So, how can you say that these supporters are not his supporters, or they are not?
Okay.
And even if they are not his supporters, as he's incarcerated, his supporters are not listening to him. So, how are we sure that him getting bail will mean that his supporters?
Okay, you see, you are attributing what people say, what people do to NNAMDI KANU out there. It's very unfair. He spoke up for himself yesterday. He said he's not in support of any violence and criminality, and I think he should be taken at his word. The witch cried at night and the baby died in the morning doesn't necessarily mean that the witch killed the baby. So if somebody says, "Oh, I'm involved in violence because I'm NNAMDI KANU's supporter," you take it at face value. It's unfair and it's being disingenuous. At the same time, I think it's what NNAMDI KANU says. If he claims such a person for himself, if he supports what that person is doing, then you can attribute it to him, but not as he didn't, and he made it clear yesterday that he doesn't.
Okay. So the sit-at-home position in the southeast is bleeding the country. What is NNAMDI KANU's position on this sit-at-home?
He did not speak to it yesterday, but there's something you need to understand. There are millions of people in the southeast that are not happy with NNAMDI KANU's detention. It has gone beyond IPOB. The entire southeast is roiling. Igbos are not happy. He's being detained illegally. You should know that since 2021. Millions of people are not happy, and if they react by sitting at home on Mondays, you cannot go and drag them out of their houses. In the past, he had made it clear to the public that he no longer wished anybody to sit at home for him. But if people volunteer on their own to sit at home on Mondays to put pressure for his release, you shouldn't blame them, and you shouldn't blame NNAMDI KANU either. It underscores his popularity, and it also underscores the manifest injustice that has been done to him.
So he doesn't support NNAMDI KANU. He doesn't support Sam Ekpa. Is that what you are saying? That Sam Ekpa is not his supporter, and he's not a supporter of Sam Ekpa?
This interview was scheduled impromptu, and I had to rush to come in here. I didn't come in here to discuss Simon Ekpa and NNAMDI KANU. I thought, okay, fine. I thought I was coming here to discuss legalities. I'm NNAMDI KANU's lead counsel. I'm waiting for you to ask me questions about the injustice being done to NNAMDI KANU, and you're asking me other questions. I don't think I should address those ones. It's beyond my scope for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, KANU's lead counsel. Welcome, and thank you for your time on the AIT report.
Thank you very much.
We're here together as brothers. We have myself, Ikenga Imo Ugochini, representing that of that constituency. Honorable Obia Gocha, after me, who will make his comment, and leaders of the opposition political parties who are also here led by Gosin and our traditional ruler. I personally received the news of the rejection of the bail application with sadness. It was unnecessary. We lost an opportunity to commence the process of healing in our land. That bail application would have opened door of opportunity that would have brought stability in our place and opened door for conversation to resolve all issues that have led us to this point. And it's so painful that this is coming at a time that few weeks ago, the federal government, on its own, in exercise of its constitutional power, discontinued the trump-up criminal charges filed against Sowore, the Attorney General, in exercising those powers under Section 174. And we're also aware that the same federal government has allowed Sunday Igboho also back home, where he's with his people. So it's so painful that whenever it has to do with an Igbo man, there is different interpretations and different reasons for you to keeping the person in detention. So that is why we say it's so painful. And as a federal lawmaker, I'm calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to allow the moment to pass him by. That what the president should do is to invoke the powers given to him and the Attorney General in particular under Section 174 or 1C of the Constitution to discontinue these charges that have been filed against NNAMDI KANU. And if you go by Section 174C, that this can be discontinued on basis of justice and public interest. It is in public interest and it is in interest of justice that the federal government discontinues this trial. And it's also painful for us that this bail application was rejected, but we hope that President Mohamed Buhari should take the moment and discontinue this trial. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should discontinue this trial. And I'll let my brother, Honorable Biagwacha, who is representing NNAMDI KANU at the House of Representatives, to make his comment and gossip.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my honorable colleague. Ahamo Obi Agwacha. Anamana Chitanya ndi kuano. Umahia North, Umahia South. Tika wande mwoko kuru. Amuana ano Chitanya. NNAMDI KANU. Well, Igbo is allowed, is a constitutional language. I can speak Igbo in the chamber of the National Assembly. But however, let me speak in English. It's very sad, like my brother said, that there are two separate rules, one for other Nigerians and one for the Igbo man. Nigeria appears to still be in distrust and uncomfortable with the Igbo man. And all the Igbo man wants is, full development and aspirational goals for all persons, regardless of, ethnicity, religion, or gender. We are very saddened about today. Like my brother said, this is a great, unique opportunity that has been missed, that would have been the basis for peace and reconciliation in the Southeast. All the agitations that are happening in the Southeast, all the crime and criminality, banditry, kidnapping that are happening in the Southeast is because of the continued detention of NNAMDI KANU. A lot of people are using his name to commit all these crimes and criminality. The peace in the Southeast, or peace in Nigeria, cannot go anywhere without the unconditional release of NNAMDI KANU. The government cannot miss this opportunity, but we are very optimistic that by the next hearing, as the judge said, that one, he will be granted bail. He hasn't committed any crime in this country that will continue to warrant his illegal detention. So we are calling on the government of President Ahmed Tinubu to do the right thing and not be held hostage like the former President Buhari did because of his own personal bias against the Igbos and against NNAMDI KANU. So I'm calling on all Igbos, wherever they are, to remain calm. This man will walk away free one day to the glory of God. Thank you.
Like my brothers have said, it's a bit of a disappointment. But it's not over. Going by the ruling of the, if one listens to the ruling of the court, is not over. But he also graciously said, reapply, put another application, and then tomorrow they give the written version. And we want to believe that the president will cash in on this to make peace, full peace, and lasting peace with the Southeast. It's not very fair the way it's been treated. As a former presidential candidate and as a traditional, the president of a traditional authority, I am saying it is about time that the young man is allowed to go home, because allowing him to go home cannot cause any more problem. The way it is, I am optimistic and I'm hopeful that in no distant time he will get full bail. But going by the directives of the court, is neither, because the judge refused to take him to Kuje prison, and they said there are other places that he can be taken to. So it's like halfway home, and we believe it's going to be done, and to the glory of God, and to peace in Nigeria and the Southeast. We thank all of you. Thanks. Godson Okoye, former.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.